Welcome to step 5 of our programme planning. Step 5 focuses very much on the development of indicators through which to determine the success of your intervention. So what's an indicator? Well, indicators are specific measures showing that the point at which goals and/or objectives have been achieved. They usually answer the question, how will you know that the strategy, the intervention, has been implemented? How will you know that your objective has been achieved? So an example of an indicator would be that by 2012, X number of organisations in Sheffield will have policies and procedures in place to promote active ageing in the workplace. The indicators would be the numbers of organisations with policies and procedures by a given date. So this step's really important because it indicates the commitment to achieving results and actually measuring the success of the intervention. And it's a critical step towards developing an evaluation plan for the programme. So what you need to do then is to re-examine your objectives and divide these into those which are longer term and those which are shorter term or represent expected immediate results of the programme. Longer term objectives are more likely to be about changes in knowledge, behaviour or policy. And they, in a project of this nature, with a 2-week intervention, they might be more difficult to measure. But each objective should have at least one clearly defined indicator of success. To do that, you need to ask yourself these questions. How will you know if you've accomplished your objective? How would you measure progress towards your outcome? What would be considered as effective? What would be a success? What change is expected? What will be different? There are different ways to think about the long-term indicators, and one way is to think about them in terms of outside criteria or standards such as population health or standards set out by professional organisations or values or norms established via research. Examples for workplace wellbeing might be the number of days off sick, the percent of people rating a work-based resource that you've created as excellent, the number of people of a particular population in work. The short-term progress objectives describe the immediate results that you can expect at the end of the programme, and the short-term results are most likely to affect only the programme participants. So for the short-term outcome indicators, you'd be asking things like what are the directly observable or reportable results that you can measure related to the achievement of the programme outcome as soon as the project is completed. So for example, that might be about people rating your services as good or excellent, or the number of people taking up an interaction or an intervention. So you might be able to kind of measure those quite quickly. It might be about, you might be looking at a change in knowledge or understanding in terms of people understanding the relationship between work and well-being, for example, or an employer recognising the strengths of employing people from a particular group. The process indicators will let you know how far your programme has been delivered as desired, and these could be split into quantitative process indicators, so the number of people who took part in your intervention or the number of leaflets or handouts that you distributed, and qualitative, which is really capturing participant views on how well the programme is working, what people liked or did not like about the programme. So for that you might want to think about an evaluation sheet or a way of measuring that. Please do look on the Blackboard site and watch the extra normal animation, and please also use discussion board if you're unsure of anything or you want to ask questions in relation to this step. Thank you.